Hello friends, welcome back to Coin Hidden US. Today's video is about some Jefferson nickels that may look completely ordinary, but their value could truly surprise you. Make sure you watch until the end and don't skip, because every part of this video is important. You might even have one of these rare nickels in your own pocket change. Most people think a Jefferson nickel is just a simple 5-cent coin. It's used every day, stored in jars, left in drawers, or forgotten in car cup holders. But what many people don't realize is that certain Jefferson nickels have sold for thousands of dollars at auctions across the United States. Yes, this is real. Collectors are actively searching for specific years, rare mint marks, and high-grade examples of these coins. Some nickels are valuable because they were produced in low numbers. Others are worth more due to mint errors like doubled dies or off-center strikes. And some become extremely valuable simply because they are in outstanding condition, graded MS65 or higher. When rarity, condition, and collector demand come together, prices can rise quickly. In some cases, serious bidding wars have pushed values far beyond their original 5-cent face value. So take a close look at your old Jefferson nickels. That small coin you've ignored for years could turn out to be a hidden treasure. Coin number 1, take a close look at this coin. At first glance, it looks like a completely ordinary Jefferson nickel. Most people would never think twice about it. But sometimes, a simple 5-cent coin can turn into something incredibly valuable under the right conditions. Today we're talking about the 2012 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark, a coin that in extremely rare, high-grade condition has reportedly reached values as high as $68,000 at auction. The Jefferson nickel has been part of American coinage since 1938. On the front, or obverse, you'll see a portrait of Thomas Jefferson. On the back, or reverse, you'll find an image of Monticello, Jefferson's historic home. These coins are typically made from a standard alloy of 75% copper and 25% nickel, which makes them durable for circulation. Now let's talk about mint marks. A mint mark is a small letter on a coin that shows where it was produced. In the United States, no mint mark usually means it was minted in Philadelphia. A D mint mark means Denver. An S mint mark stands for San Francisco. In 2012, many nickels were struck in Philadelphia without a mint mark, which is normal. However, what makes certain examples special is not just the mint location, it's the condition and grade of the coin. For a 2012 nickel to reach an extremely high value, it must be in exceptional condition. That means no visible scratches, no circulation wear, strong strike details, bright original luster, a professional grade such as MS67 or higher. Modern coins in near-perfect condition are surprisingly hard to find because most go straight into circulation. When a flawless example is discovered and professionally certified, collectors may compete aggressively to own it. That's when prices can rise dramatically. However, it's very important to understand that not every 2012 nickel is worth thousands of dollars. The vast majority are only worth face value. Only the rarest, highest graded example achieve extraordinary auction results. So if you have a 2012 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark, examine it carefully. Look at the surface, the shine, and the details. If it appears to be in exceptional condition, you might consider having it evaluated by a professional grading service. Sometimes, the smallest and most ordinary-looking coins can turn out to be hidden treasures, but only under the right circumstances. Stay tuned for the next coin, because you never know which one could surprise you. Jefferson Nickel 2007. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you really looked at your nickels? Not just glanced at them, but actually studied them carefully? Most people never do. And that's exactly why some rare coins remain hidden in plain sight. Today we're talking about the 1974 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark, a coin that looks completely ordinary but, in extremely rare circumstances, has been associated with values reaching as high as $1.4 million for unique and highly significant examples. Let's go back to 1974. The United States was going through major political events, including the Watergate scandal. At the same time, the U.S. Mint was producing millions of Jefferson nickels. These coins featured Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse. They were struck in the standard composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel. So how can a coin made in such large numbers become so valuable? The answer lies in 3 key factors. 1. Rarity. 2. Mint errors or special varieties. 3. Condition and professional grade. Most 1974 nickels without a mint mark were produced in Philadelphia, and that alone does not make them rare. However, if a coin from that year has a significant mint error, such as a double die, off-center strike, wrong planchet, or another unusual striking issue, its value can increase dramatically. Condition is equally important. A coin that has never been circulated and remains in near-perfect condition, graded MS67 or higher by a professional grading service, can command a strong premium. The combination of rarity, error, and exceptional preservation is what creates extraordinary value. It is very important to understand that not every 1974 nickel is worth $1.4 million. In fact, the vast majority are only worth face value. Million-dollar valuations apply only to extremely rare, certified, and historically significant examples. However, this does not mean you should ignore your coins. Not every coin is rare. Coin number 3, take a close look at this coin. This is not just an ordinary 5-cent piece. It is a historic treasure that carries an important story from one of the most critical periods in American history. Today we're talking about the 1944 Jefferson nickel with the large S mint mark, also known as a war nickel. In top certified condition, examples of this coin have reached values as high as $92,000 at auction. Let's go back to World War II. During the war, nickel metal was needed for military equipment and supplies. Because of this, the U.S. Mint changed the composition of the 5-cent coin between 1942 and 1945. Instead of the standard 75% copper and 25% nickel, war nickels were made of 35% silver, 56% copper, 9% manganese. These coins became a symbol of national sacrifice and innovation during wartime. On the obverse, or front, you'll see the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. The design was created by Felix Schlag and has remained one of the most recognizable images in American coinage. On the reverse, you'll find Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia home. Above Monticello, you will notice a large S mint mark. This indicates the coin was minted in San Francisco. One unique feature of war nickels is that the mint mark was placed in a large size above Monticello, making it easy to identify the special silver composition. This large mint mark is one of the key details collectors look for. So why can this coin be worth up to $92,000? Value depends on several major factors. First, condition. Coins that are uncirculated with sharp details and strong luster are much more desirable. Second, color and toning. Attractive natural silver toning can increase collector interest. Third, professional grading. Coins certified by reputable grading services often command higher prices because they guarantee authenticity and quality. Take a close look at this coin, the 1986 P. Jefferson nickel. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary 5-cent coin. Most people would never think twice about it. But in today's coin market, certain examples from this year are getting a lot of attention, especially when found in exceptional condition. Some collectors claim that the 1986 P has become harder to find in top grades, and when it appears in pristine, original condition, it can command very strong prices. Let's break down why this coin can be so special. The Jefferson nickel has been part of American currency since 1938. On the obverse, you'll see a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, designed by artist Felix Schlag. On the reverse, you'll find Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia home. By the 1980s, the U.S. Mint was producing coins in large numbers to meet the demands of a growing economy. Millions of 1986 nickels were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why this coin carries the P Mint mark. So if millions were made, what makes any of them valuable? The answer lies in condition and preservation. Most nickels that enter circulation quickly develop wear, scratches, and dull surfaces. Over time, exposure to air and handling causes the metal to darken. That's why the majority of older nickels you see today look worn or faded. However, in rare cases, a coin is preserved in near-perfect condition. When stored carefully and protected from circulation, it can retain its original luster. Some collectors refer to certain exceptionally well-preserved examples as having a brighter or more vibrant surface appearance compared to typical circulated coins. Coins that remain flawless, with sharp details, no visible marks, and strong eye appeal, can receive very high grades from professional grading services. When a coin reaches an elite grade such as MS67 or higher, it becomes much more desirable to serious collectors. In the world of modern coin collecting, condition is everything. A common coin in average condition may only be worth face value, but the same coin in top certified condition can sell for a significant premium. You may hear dramatic claims about coins reaching extremely high values, even in the millions. It's important to understand that such prices would only apply to truly unique, one-of-a-kind, or historically significant examples, not to ordinary circulated coins. So if you have a 1986p Jefferson nickel, take a closer look. Examine the surface carefully. Check for strong luster, sharp details, and minimal marks. If the coin appears exceptional, you may consider professional evaluation. Remember, not every coin is rare. But not every coin is ordinary either. This was the final coin for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something valuable about the 1986p Jefferson nickel. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video with another interesting coin story. Money bag.